Hello students, welcome to Dynamics of Machinery. In the previous class itself, I gave introduction to the subject. Also, I have explained the syllabus and outcome and the pre-request knowledge. All those things I have explained in the previous class. So, we are going to jump into the first module. In the first module, we will be studying about static force analysis. In the second module, we will be studying about dynamic force analysis. Okay. Even for this, I give the definition and all those things in the first class itself. Okay. Static force analysis. In static force analysis, we will not be considering the cause for the motion. Okay. But in dynamic force analysis, we will be considering the cause for the motion. Okay. Also, in static force analysis, the summation of forces or summation of torque value will be zero. If you take a member or if you take a link in the mechanism and multiple force might be acting on the member, okay, but the summation of all the forces will be zero. Okay, so there is a basic thing we have to remember in static force analysis. Then only we can call the particular link is in equilibrium condition, because we used to assume in static force analysis we used to assume all the members are at a static equilibrium condition. Okay, in static force analysis we used to consider all the members or all the links are in equilibrium condition. The meaning is all the forces, if you add all the forces, the final value will be zero. Okay, if you add all the forces, the final value will be zero. If you add all the torque value, the final answer will be zero. Suppose if it is two-dimensional, means sum of forces in x-axis will be zero, sum of forces in y-axis is zero, and torque about z-axis also zero. Okay, suppose you are considering a link AB. Okay, you are considering a link AB, and there are two forces on the link AB. So if it is two forces, means definitely it will be equal and opposite. The two forces will be equal and it will act in opposite direction. Okay, see, F1 is acting towards A and F2 is acting towards B. So the direction of F1 and F2 is opposite to each other, but their value is zero. If there is two forces, okay, if there is two forces acting on a link, means we have to assume they are equal and opposite. Okay, this is one condition. Suppose if there are three forces, if there are three forces in a link, three forces are acting, means if you add all the forces, the summation value will be zero. Okay, if you add all the forces, the summation value will be zero. Otherwise, the resultant vector, if you add, suppose F1 and F2, if you add F1 and F2, means if F3 is the resultant force, means F1 and F2 together will be equal to F3. Okay, F1 and F2 together it will be equal to F3. But one condition, all the line of action of all the forces should meet at one point. Okay, three forces might be there, four forces might be there, multiple number of forces might be acting on a single link. For example, consider like there is a imagine there is a 4-bar chain mechanism. Okay, 4-bar chain mechanism, and here if you take link, consider like this is A, B, C, D. There might be a force in C like this. Okay, let us consider that as F1. Also, there is a force like this. Let us consider that as a F2. And there is a force in this place, a kind of reaction force. Okay, let us consider that as a F3. Okay, so in member in CD is a separate link. In one link, three forces are acting: F1, F2, and F3. In one link, in link CD, in one link CD, three forces: F1, F2, F3 is acting. Okay, so three forces are there. So if you draw line of action, means if you draw line of action for all the three forces, it should meet at one common point. If it is not meeting at one common point, for example here, if you draw line of action, means for F1 and F2 this is the meeting point, but for F3 is not coinciding. Line of action for F3 is not meeting at the point O. So if this is the case, means the particular body is not in equilibrium condition. Okay, if this is the case, means the particular body is not in equilibrium condition. Okay, so if everything meet at one point, means it is in equilibrium condition. Okay, if everything intersect at one point, then the member is in equilibrium position, then we can do static force analysis. Okay, the thing is, they will give mechanism like this. They will give 4-bar mechanism like this, and they will they will give uh, they will give the force value. Okay, they will give one force value, and they will ask you to find out the torque in the crank. Here in this case, AB is a crank. Okay, I'm considering like AB is a crank. They will ask you to find out the torque in AB. They will give this force value. They will give one force value, and they will ask you to find out torque value. Okay, so they will ask similar problems. Otherwise, they will give the torque value, and they will tell you to find out the force value at this member, or force value at this member BC. Like this they will ask the question. We'll move to the next slide. See, while solving the problem, definitely you will understand what I'm telling. Okay. Similarly here, torque. Okay, torque value, you know the force value, you know force acting on this point, and definitely force acting on this point will be in opposite direction and same value. Okay, so F1 will be equal to F2. Okay, but they are asking you to find out the torque value. They are asking you to find out the torque value. Now torque value is force. Okay, force, any one force, because both the force value are same. F1 and F2 are same only. You can take any one, F1 or F2. Okay, force into this vertical distance. This vertical distance you have to calculate, and from the diagram you can calculate, and that will be the answer for torque. Okay, okay, we will jump into a problem. Okay, one more sample, one more model they have given here. Okay, one more model they have given here. Please listen carefully. Here I will explain how to draw this line of action. Okay, so this is a question. Diagram A. Diagram A is a question. Diagram A is a question. Here they have given the 4-bar chain mechanism. number 1 is a fixed link, A and D, number 1. So this is also number 1. So this is a fixed link. Okay, even 100 fixed links they might given, but you have to consider every fixed link as a one link, same only. Okay, okay, they given one fixed link. Then AB is a crank, so AB is linked to, and AB is a crank. And then BC is link 3, BC is connecting rod. Okay, link 3. And then they given CD is a lever. Okay, CD, so CD also link number 4. And they are telling that a kind of force is acting on CD. And consider like here they didn't give the angle, but in the question they will give the angle. Suppose they are telling that it is having 45 degree. Okay, like this they will give in the question. Okay, so one force they are given, they will give the force value 10 kN or 20 kN, some value they will give. Okay, they will tell you to find out the torque value. Okay, they will tell you to find out the torque value. Okay, now how we can solve this problem? Okay, so let us take, before solving this problem, let us take the link BC. In link BC there is no external forces acting. Okay, in link BC, see, in link CD one external force F is acting, in link AB one torque is acting, but in link BC they didn't give any external force. Okay, they didn't give any external force. So first draw BC according to the dimension. Suppose if they given 400 mm means you just draw 4 centimeter line for BC. Okay, wow. So just to draw BC parallel to this BC. Okay, wow. So this diagram, this A, this diagram is called as space diagram. Okay, this diagram is called as space diagram. So this diagram is called as space diagram. And this diagram BC, this one and this one and this diagram, these B and C, diagram B, and I think this is diagram C and diagram D. These diagrams are called as free body diagrams. Okay, diagram B, diagram C, diagram D, they are called as free body diagram. Okay, and this diagram E, this is called as force polygon diagram. Okay, force polygon diagram. This is very simple only, I'm just telling the terms. Okay, you should name it, you cannot simply draw like this, you have to name it. Under A you have to write space diagram, under B, C, under diagram D you have to write free body diagram, and under E you have to write force polygon diagram. Okay, okay, right. Let us jump into the problem again. So here they have given the space diagram. From the space diagram, draw the BC again. Okay, draw the BC again, draw the BC again. So if you draw BC means they didn't give any other forces on BC. So but definitely there will be a force on BC on either side. Okay, on either side definitely there will be there will be a force. Okay, and that will be a compressive force only. Okay, so on B I am drawing an arrow. Okay, I am drawing arrow like this, and I am marking that as a F23 because uh, point B is between link 2 and 3. So that's why I'm giving, for this force I'm giving the name as F23. Okay, so I told you I have considered this as a static analysis problem. So all the links are in equilibrium condition. Suppose if link BC is in equilibrium condition means, if on this side force is acting means definitely on the opposite side equal and opposite force will act. So from here I can note F23 is equal to F43. Why I am naming this as 43 means point C is between link 4 and link 3. Oh yeah, so that's why I'm giving the name as F43. Okay, So on point B, F23 is a force, and point C, F34 is a point. Okay, right. We'll move further. Now draw CD. Okay. Now draw CD. Now draw CD. Also draw this force. Draw this force. Like if they given 45 degree means same thing, same dimension and same angle should be followed. You have to draw CD parallel to this CD. Okay, you have to draw the CD parallel to this CD, and you have to draw this line on CD. Okay. Now so I know force F43 which is acting on C. On C, one force is acting and it is acting in this direction. So you just take this line. You just take this F43 line. Just draw parallel line on C. To F43, you just draw the parallel line. So this is the line of force, line of action for F43. Here I would write F334. Okay. So you just draw it. You just draw it like this, and this force already you have drawn it here. No, you just extend this line. So this F34 line and this this force line are meeting here. I'm drawing it separately for you. First draw CD. You have to draw CD parallel to this CD, and the dimension should be equal to the dimension of CD. Whatever the CD value you have drawn here, same thing you have to mirror here. Okay, va? After this, draw parallel line for this F34. Okay, draw parallel line. Okay, in dotted line. I didn't draw it in dotted. Okay. So F34. Here I don't know the value of F34. You just draw parallel to this line. You just draw parallel to this arrow. Just draw parallel to this arrow. That's all. Okay. I don't know the value. You just draw. But I know the CD value. Okay. Then I know where this force F is. Okay. I know where this force F is. So draw that. Draw the force F. Okay. In the previous slide I told you, uh, see, if a force is on C means definitely there will be a force on D also, because D is fixed. D, this place is fixed, no, so there will be a reaction force. So that force, line of action for that force should meet at this point. Line of action for that last force will start at D, and it has to meet this point. Okay, consider that as O. Okay, it has to meet the point O. So now this force is this force is F34, and this force is F14, because point D is between 1 and 4, so I am writing F14. Okay. Okay. So now this free body diagram is over. Now we have to draw the force polygon. See, I know the force value and direction value here, but on point C, on point C, I know the direction of the force. I know the direction of the force, but I don't know the value. In point D also, I know the direction. See, I know the direction. The force will act like this, and it will be in the opposite direction. Since it is in this direction, it will be definitely in the sorry. I know how the line will be. Okay, va? I know how the line will be. Okay, I know the direction, but I don't know the value. F value I know, and the direction also I know, but F34 I don't know, but I know the direction. F14 I don't know the value, but I know the direction. Okay, now first draw F. First draw F. First draw F. Okay, and after this, after this, from the after this, actually I have to draw F34. F34 I can draw here or I can draw here, but if I draw F34, then only the diagram will be completed. See, I can draw this F34 in this place like this. Okay, but if I draw here means diagram will be incompleted, because if I draw F34 here means I have to draw F14 here. Diagram will not be completed. Okay, your diagram will not be completed. Okay, so I am drawing F34 here, and from this place I am drawing F14. Okay. So now I got the value of, if I measure means, now if I measure F34 means I will get the value. Okay, I have to measure this diagram and I will get the force value of F34. Okay, then substitute the value here. If I substitute the F34 and F43 both are same. If I substitute the F34 value here means I will get the F23 value. Okay, because both are same. If I get F23 means, if I get the F23 value means F23 will be like this. Okay, F23. If I get the F23 value means, measure this vertical distance. Measure this vertical distance between B and this vertical distance. This vertical distance you have to measure. Okay, measure this vertical distance, that is H. Okay, and multiply this distance with the F23, you will get the torque value. That's all. Okay, you might have little bit doubts, but in the next slide we are going to solve a problem. There definitely you will get the idea. Right. So here they are given a problem. A four bar link mechanism with the following dimensions is acted upon by a force 80 Newton. So here in this question they are given a 4 bar chain mechanism, and they are telling that the force value is 80 Newton. Okay. Angle is 150 on link DC. So if you keep the protector here means from this point to here 150. Okay, from this point to here 150. Then they have given these values. AD value is 50 mm. Okay, this distance between the fixed links is 50 mm. Then distance between AB is 40 mm. This distance is 40 mm. Then BC is 100 mm. This B to C is 100 mm. Then C to D, here to here is 75 mm. Then D to E, from D to this point is 35 mm. Okay, determine the input torque. So link AB is at static equilibrium. So determine the input torque. Since it is a crank, here they will give the input. So we have to find out this torque value. Okay, this is a question. So we are going to solve it. First of all, draw the space diagram. Okay, so how to draw the space diagram means very simple. First, mark point A. First mark. Wait, let me take another. So first mark point A. Okay, see, everything should be according to dimensions. Exact dimension should be maintained. Okay, you can scale it, but you can't draw any rough diagrams. If you draw rough diagram means entire value will be wrong. So first of all, mark point A. Then A to B, A to D. Distance between A to D is uh, A to D is 50 mm. For example, if you take 5, you take 5 centimeter. Okay, A to D is 5 centimeter. Then mark point D. Okay, take your protector, keep it here. Take 120 degree. Okay, take 120 degree. Take 120 degree. This line is 120 degree line. 120 degree, and the length of this line is, length of line AB is 40 mm. That is 4 centimeter. So length of line AB is 4 centimeter. Okay. After this, take your compass. Take your compass. BC value is 100 mm. BC value is 100 mm. Take 10 centimeter in the compass. 100 means 10 centimeter. Okay. 100 mm means 10 centimeter. Take 10 centimeter in the compass and put the arc. Put the arc like this. Okay, from B. Keep one point on B and another point using the pencil end. You put the arc here. And now take the take your compass again, and the CD value is 75 mm. That means 7.5 centimeter. So in the compass, take 7.5 centimeter and keep one end on D and another pencil. Put another arc. You will get point C. Okay, if you put another arc means you will get point C. And then DE. So take your scale, from D to E distance is 35 mm, that is 3.5 centimeter. D to E distance is 35 mm, that is 3.5 centimeter. Okay. Okay, now you have to draw uh, force 80 Newton. Okay, force value is 80 Newton. You have to draw this line. Okay, for that, you just draw a horizontal line. Okay, and then take 150 degree. Okay, because this line should be 150 degree, no? So in 150 degree you take a if you have a drafter scale means it will be easy. You can easily take this 150 degree, and you just draw a small line and mark this force. Okay, and mark this force. So this force value is 80 Newton. So this is how you have to draw the space diagram. Okay. I hope all of you have drawn this space diagram. Okay, this is a space diagram. I hope all of you have drawn the space diagram. Now we will move to the problem. Okay, the question is, we have to find out this torque value. If I want to find out this torque value means I have to find out force on this point. Okay, if I want to find out force, I want a force on this point means force on point B and force on point C will be equal. The reason is there is no other force acting on BC. So whatever the force act on B will be the same force that will be acting on C. Okay, because in the question they didn't give anything. Okay, so the whatever the force act on B will be equal to the force on C. Okay, but I don't know the force on B, but that will be equal to the force on C, but will be in the opposite direction, that's all. But I know one thing, here 80 Newton forces acting, here 80 Newton forces acting. So first, but I don't know the direction of the force acting on C and the force acting on D. So first let me take BC. Just to draw the same line. Just to draw the same line BC. What is the length of BC? 10 centimeter. So draw parallel. Parallel to BC, draw a line. Parallel to BC, draw a line. Okay. Parallel to BC. Keep a scale and keep it parallel to BC and draw 10 centimeter line. Okay. So this is free body diagram 1. Okay. So I know there will be a force on point B. I know there will be a force on point B. Since point B is between 2 and 3, I am giving the name as 2, 3. Okay. Always this number, the link number should come as a second number. Okay. Always what link you have taken, that link number should come as second number. You can ask me, sir, why not we write this as F32? Yeah, surely we can write, but there is some common followings. Okay, you have to write 2, 3. Okay, here. So on C also a force will be there, and there will be opposite to 2, 3, and the force name is, since the point C is between 3 and 4, I am giving the name as 4, 3. Okay, 4, 3. So I know the all the links are in equilibrium condition. If it is in equilibrium condition means force on B will be equal to force on C. So F23 equal to F43, but the direction will be in opposite. Okay, force on B will be equal to force on C. So here I got the direction of force 3, 4. I got the direction. Direction is, it is along BC. I got the direction of 4, 3. It is along BC. Okay. Now you take the link CD. Now you take the link CD. Draw it separately. See, you have to draw CD. You have to draw CD parallel to this CD. Okay, you can't draw just like anything. Okay, you have to draw parallel to CD. Parallel to this CD, draw it again. Okay, or if you want to draw nearer means you just draw it nearer. If you want to draw near, you just draw it near. Okay. Like this you have to draw CD. Okay. I have drawn CD. I have drawn CD. I know the direction of F43. Okay, you just draw the line of action for F43. You can draw in both the direction. You can draw in this direction also. You can draw dotted line in this direction also. I don't know where it will be. Okay, you just draw on both sides. Okay. Now draw the force F on E. You mark the point E. Mark the point E. Okay, and draw the force F. Okay, and you just extend the line. You just extend the line of F. This line and force F34 line. Force F34 line meet on this point. Mark that point as O, and you just draw one more line from D, one more line from D, one more dotted line from D, and that will be the force on point D. Okay, and that will be the direction of force on point D. On D, what force will be there? Force F14 will be there because the previous link is 1 fixed link and next link is 4. So on point D, F14 will be there and the direction will be, this is the direction. Okay, this is the line of action. Okay, now I got the line of action for F14. Okay, okay, right. After this, what we have to do? After this, we have to draw. After this, we have to draw force polygon. For that, first draw F value. First draw F value. What is the F value? 80 Newton. So you draw 8 centimeter line. 80 Newton. So you draw 8 centimeter line. From this point, you just draw 80 Newton. That is 8 centimeter. Okay. In scale, you just write 1 centimeter equal to 10 Newton. In scale for force polygon, you just write 1 centimeter equal to 10 Newton. So you just draw F just parallel to this line. Parallel to this line. Just to parallel to this line, you just draw the 8 centimeter line. Okay. So you just mark the arrowhead here. So this is the tail and this is the head. Now I don't know where to draw F34 and where to draw F14. Suppose imagine if you draw this F34 at this place means, for example, I'm having the F like this. So this is F34, no? This is F34. So I have to draw parallel line. Suppose I am drawing from here means at one end I have to draw F34. Okay. And on another end, and on another end, and on another end I have to draw F14. If I draw like this means diagram will be incomplete. All the three forces will not meet with each other. So you have to draw F34 on the head. You have to draw F34 on the head. You have to draw F14 on the tail. Okay, you have to draw F14 on the tail and F34 on the head. If you draw like that means the diagram will be complete. So this is 8 centimeter line you have drawn. Now you just measure the length of this line. Okay, measure the length of this line. Here we got 4.7 centimeter. 4.7 centimeter means 47 Newton. F34 in this diagram we got 4.7 centimeter. 4.7 centimeter means 1 centimeter equal to 10 Newton. So 4.7 centimeter means 47 Newton. Okay, we got the answer 47 Newton. Okay, so on C 47 Newton is acting in this direction. So opposite to C, on B opposite to C it will be acting like this. Okay, now you just draw the vertical line, this vertical line. You just calculate the distance of this vertical line. Okay, so this distance is actually crank length is 40 mm, but this vertical distance is from V to, wait, I'll draw it again. I'll erase everything and draw again. But this vertical distance is 37 mm. That is, sorry, 39.3 mm. That is 3.9 centimeter. Okay. Initially, AB is 4 centimeter, but this is 3.9 centimeter. So you just take that 3.9, but they put everything in mm. So okay, if you are putting in mm means you have to keep everything in mm. So 39 mm, F34 is 47.8 Newton. So if you multiply both the thing means you will get the torque value 1878 Newton millimeter. Okay. So I have posted this question in your Google Classroom, also in the WhatsApp group. Okay, there I have posted a PDF by the name Module 1. Okay, so there you could see this problem on page number 11. On page number 11, this problem will be there. You just draw the same problem and post it in the group. Take a picture and post it in the group. I will give attendance for that. In the next class, in the next online class, we will see one more problem. There you can understand it easily.